All right, what up? I'm back. We got another video today, and what this one's gonna be is with the Matthews lift 29.5. We're gonna sight in the Dialed Archery ARXOS. This thing is really cool. I've had this for a little bit, but I haven't sighted it in yet, and I'm looking forward to it today. As you can see behind me going up the hill, I got 3 distances: 20, 30, and 40 yards, and that's all we're gonna shoot. And we're gonna see if this Dialed Archery ARXOS lives up to the hype in regards to when you select your sight tape, it should be able to take you out to the distances you need, all the way up to 100 yards. So today we're gonna shoot 20, 30, 40, and then we're gonna stick a target out at 60 and 70 without shooting it ahead of time, but using the sight tape we pick based on our sight tape and see if we hit where we need to be hitting. So let's jump into it. So first and foremost, this is the ARXOS. The ARXOS is a fixed point dialed sight, and as you can see, it's pretty cool looking. It really is. We have our sight tape ring, our dial, and a dovetail attachment, which I think is really cool. So you can see that there's nothing on the outside. It also has a level to see where you're shooting, to see if you're level, and then there's 3 pins, but they're all fixed position pins in a straight line. So I ordered this. It took about 2 months for it to come in, and it wasn't cheap. So I was looking forward to it because I've seen it a lot on social media. I saw Chris B. Real and a couple other online archers who have them as well. Ty Jordan has it, and I was like, there must be something to it. So I ended up getting it, but I haven't sighted it in yet, and I'm looking forward to doing that. But the whole point of this is supposed to be that when you get it sighted enough, the sight tapes that come with it that you put on your ring should be good enough that up to 100 yards, that sight tape knows how to increment properly. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna jump into 20, 30, then 40, then we'll go up to 60 and 70 and make sure that it lives up to the hype. Let's jump into it. All right, so the first thing we did, as you can see and you saw earlier, is you move your sight all the way down to 0, as well as your dial all the way down, so it's at the lowest points. And this is supposed to help give us a baseline. This is what was suggested on Dialed Archery's website and YouTube videos, as well as I watched another video of a guy who sighted it in, and seems to be the best way to start at getting it sighted in. So we're gonna throw an arrow at 20 yards and see where we're sitting. Now my left to right should be relatively good, and what I am doing is, because it's set at 0, and I know based upon watching videos that I'm not really at 0 because of only shooting a 60-pound draw at 27.5-inch draw length. Realistically, I need to be at 5 or 10, somewhere in there. So I'm gonna start with 8 and then see if I need to go higher or lower than 8 on my dial. So this will, I'm aiming for the center white dot on my morel target there at 20 yards. Let's see where we're sitting. Could have been me. Probably punched it. We're gonna do a third. I think we're there. Let's go get our arrows. All right, so we know 8 is at 20. It was pretty awesome. Walked up there, because it's hard to tell back here. I should have had my binoculars, but I don't. But yeah, 8 is the setting for 20. We had 2 right there in the white. The first one so we went ahead and let's move it back to 30. So based on what I've seen, it's gonna have to go up. Obviously, you're gonna have to turn the dial up. So we're sitting at 8 right now. And what I think I want to go up to, based upon draw weight, it's at 22 feet per second. It's a drop for 66 for 60 pounds with 27.5 inches draw length. Let's do 14. Let's go to 14. That's a 6 click change. Let's see where 14 sits. I mean, a lot of this is going to be guesstimation, so let's see where 14 sits. And we're going for 30 yards. Still top pin, because you only use the top pin. So this is supposed to be a 30-yard shot. I threw that. Okay, so the first shot was actually not too bad, slightly high. Maybe we got to come down to 13. So let's try it. Let's go down to 13. That looked like dead nut center. Oh yeah. Oh, that's it. That's it. 13 is our left. Let's go out to 40. So far at 30 yards, we're at a 13 pin. or yeah, 13 on the dialed archery. And what we need to do is get 40 in there. So if 8 to 13 was a 5-click difference, what do you think we should go to? Because the farther you go out, the more of a drop you're gonna get. Go 7, let's just hit 20. See where 20 sits at 40 yards? Let's try 20. I mean, it feels right, because the farther you go out, the more of a drop you're gonna get. It's not gonna be like 5, 5, 5 every time. It'll be a more incremental drop, because it's gonna lose speed and power as it's traveling through the air, meaning more of a drop at the farther it goes out. Let's try 20. Here we go, 20 at 40, a 20 pin, 40-yard shot, first one. I still think I need to bring my, I gotta go to the left a little bit. If I'm grouping to the right, I need to move it to the right. I mean, up and down, 20 seems pretty good. I can see that from here. I think I just hit the arrow with that arrow. We'll throw a third one. I mean, this is only going to be the 9th shot we've thrown. But up and down looks really good. It looks good. I just got to move it to the left more, right? I think we got the 40 yards down. Well, let's go figure out our sight tape and try to put this at 60 and 70 yards. Oh boy, let's do it. All right, so I have my card. And on my card, I have it marked down for my 20, 30, and 40. My 8, 13, and 20 for my 20, 30, and 40 yard distances. And what you do is you take, because you got 4 different sight tapes, you match it up with the distances on here. See how they gradually increase? So that's what I need to do. I think that's it. I think I found it. All right, so I got it on. This took a little bit, but I have my tape on. So what I did, and what I need to do, is I moved my dial back down to where my 20-yard pin is at 8. And what I do here is take off this ring, because the line here is going to match up with my 20 yard on this ring. So let's do that. The most difficult part of this whole process is getting this lined up properly. If you're even slightly off, it'll change the whole shot. But once you get it, like right now, I think it's locked in there pretty good. Take a look at that. Well, we got it set up. We're at 60 yards. We'll take the dial from 20 all the way to 60. I hope I don't lose a brand new arrow. But this will be fun. That's how we're going to find out. First shot at 60 yards. See if the sight tape works. That was all me. I messed that up. We hit target. So let's see. We did hit target. That felt better. To the right and slightly high at 60. I hit on top of the target. That's not good. We didn't test this. We just picked the sight tape based on 20, 30, and 40 yards and see if this would go. But everything's grouping to the right. Low and to the right. I feel like that was high. Last shot. That one felt good. I mean, we're hitting the target at 60. If it's an elk at 60 yards, that's still cavity shots, rib shots, maybe lungs. Deer, it's not a good shot. Let's go to 70. Why not? We're at 70 yards. I've never attempted this distance. I don't think so, at least. Not on camera. Let's give it a shot. Let's do it. I am a little nervous about this one. Oh, no way! It knocked the target over. Alright, so I changed it out. The targets. It was pretty good shot, actually. Elevation wise. I never thought I'd get this. I never did. I was struggling at 30 yards for so long, just even getting it accurately. And by accurate, I mean like within distance of each other. Oh, I'm so tickled right now. Oh wow, that was really to the right. We almost missed it completely, but that could be me too. That could be me. Again, we're working at distances I've never worked before. And I know a lot changes in those long distance. The variable change is so high. Let's see if we can throw another one. That was really high. You can see how much of a variable change happens when I shoot long distance. As we keep doing this, the distances will close, the grouping will tighten the farther we go out. I'm so tickled right now. I can't believe it. Let's go. Let's go. We're walking it in. We're walking it in. Again, I haven't adjusted any of the things on it since we set it to 70. Right now, I'm just shooting for form, honestly. Really focusing on form. That's close. All right, here we go. High and to the right. I don't want to look at it. I just want to get another rep because I don't want to think about it. I know it hit target and that's all that matters. I think that was low, like really low. I don't care that they're not that grouped together because my left to right is obviously moving my up and down, but I've never shot that distance. And we got out to 70. That's crazy. The ARXOS is legit. I even put a bag behind that target at 70 thinking that I'm going to lose arrows. I really did. The ARXOS lives up to the hype. It really does live up to the hype. I'm very glad I got it. It's worth the money. It's pricey, but I think it's worth the money. I only shot 20, 30, and 40, and then we went right to 70. Oh, we did 60, but then 70. And realized that we're hitting target. As a guy who's not very good at shooting, being able to hit 70 after only shooting 3 distances and then putting a tape on it, I count that as a win. That's awesome. Let's go get the arrows. We sighted in our Dialed Archery ARXOS on the Matthews lift 29.5, and we did get to 70 yards. Luckily we didn't lose any arrows, and it was crazy. That was fun. And I just realized something this whole time. I did not shoot with a stabilizer at all this entire time. I never hooked up my stabilizer onto my bridge lock. That's crazy. So if that's how it's shooting without a stabilizer and I put my stabilizer back on it, I wonder where it hits now. It's definitely gonna be more aligned. This whole time shooting without a stabilizer, that's wild, wild. Either way, that was fun. Thank you guys for watching. That was really fun. We got it out there. Catch you guys in the next one. See ya.